When I first went to Peru many years ago, there was a young Peruvian theologian had just published the first book on what was to be called a theology of liberation. And it was a new way of doing theology. It was a theology which took very seriously the compassion and the mercy of God. God loves all, but he loves those who most need his love even more. And I was reminded of this when I read yesterday's text, where the mother and the family of Jesus went looking for him because they had swallowed the rumour that he had flipped his lid. He was so obsessed with healing and teaching and preaching that he didn't have time to either sleep or eat, and they went to take him in hand. But when they arrived at the house where he was, the house was chockers with people, the door was filled, and they couldn't get in, so they sent a message in. And the messenger said to Jesus, "Your mother and brothers and sisters are outside and want to speak with you." Jesus paused for a minute and then said, "Who are my mother, my brothers and my sisters?" Then he looked around at the people who were there. The large majority surely disciples, but many others as well. And he said, "These are my mother and brothers and sisters, those who do the will of God." And I was reminded of a text that was the favourite text for one of our co-founders, Father John Blowick. And the text was Jesus saying, "They will know that you are my disciples by the love you have one for another." In other words, they will know you are my disciples because of the love you show for one another. It is the fruit of being a disciple that his followers will be able to show such love for one another, not the other way around, as we so often think it is. And it's a little bit like the text where Jesus was seated at table in the house of Simon the Pharisee, with a whole other group of Pharisees, and a prostitute came in and sat herself down at Jesus' feet and washed them with her tears and dried them with her hair, anointed them with ointment and kissed them. And Jesus knew, it was quite evident, this was a scandal to Simon and the other inviteds. So Jesus said, "Look, see this woman? Do you see how much love she is capable of giving? Well, I can assure you, her sins have already been forgiven." It was the forgiveness that enabled her to love so much. And I think it's much the same for us. We are called to be disciples of Jesus today. We're invited to follow him. And we're invited, like him, to do the will of the Father. And so because we have been chosen, because we have been called to be missionary disciples of Jesus, all of us, that we act the way we do. We relate the way we do. We respond to situations and to people the way we do. And it's because we are disciple missionaries, or if you like, according to the text, the mother, brothers and sisters of Jesus, that we act this way. And so I give thanks for being chosen. We spoke previously about baptism. And we are incorporated into Jesus. And as Jesus did the will of the Father perfectly, we also do the will of the Father imperfectly. and that's okay. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, will you? And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.